The NPP group in Parliament are now the minority caucus. The NDC MPs in Parliament now constitute the majority caucus.
Supreme Court kasa na waka.
Yemo ifo nyina kwaba once again ensamra dwumadi su atrasia ensama ekoso ewo oman Ghana mu yere bre hefo na MPP NFA NDC majority NFA minority in Parliament atane mabo amasisia me no kasei ensem bebre erefimu ba quick one yebe ram na fe no ene videos bi o ha yebe ko na fe no yakwa akohwe edi every NDC NFA NPP into quick one yenkuna fe commander emfa yunransem no commander bokode
yeah the right aboko
ene dey adaje ni puso because videos na doson edi quick one yunransem ni moy
oh the right am na wase na me nche viewers na afi yen hyase na eni nkomo the right am me fa asem ni frachiri na yen kyerkyere mu kakra na edua na yakọ videos no na afi amanfo anya clear idea of nkomo ayedi What about and saying entire cry and a map so be able to MPP, any NDC, majority, the minority, momentum our parliament. Now, I speaker of parliament said with ridiculous seats, Mark 4 vacant, says empty. Yama NDC, any majority of parliament, MPP, so and copy of Supreme Court. Number sure you didn't get the home commander that Nipper brain names has them. Now, the writer said, you better hear once a year. Assembly copy of Supreme Court. Yeah, cancer, penny for better Nassam. So now, Omo Boasam, no Muja. Now, so Mr. Speaker decision, on point. Sana constitution it here. Let's just say a better would say on point here. Near be a speaker, and what was a decision. Now, and no, and I'm NDC MPs no o ma babon trading some etuga na according to omo some writer o ma ye press conference and na o ma ka omo some mukyere mu say no kwani nyame anim nie o mo da so majority na nsame na ma bonten ya man focus o ene agese Supreme Court ene be kyere no enye no kore na o mo kora no constitution ni mo kwan say as parliament there but according to forson any NDC caucus no mo say constitution ni kire say obia ntimi decide ma parliament no institution or body any betima decide dia ma parliament into speaker e ka say mo parliament ya outside parliament institution ntimi take decision into say dia man focus so Supreme Court any what the final say no enya no kure nemu e interpretation nkire mu na sabi afenyoma kins any MPP caucus no omo ekwa akope e dey free Supreme Court into omo de the writer say bebi omo gina no e hwa omo gina na nkomo a e ba kire say NDC caucus no the writer omo didi omo nkomo nyina awie a say omo form plans awie ya omo kure kire mu say say aye kesai the writer second deputy speaker of parliament be any hobie into the aka say committees no and omo be sha ase adeda no as chairperson and as a chairman of committees various committees ni nyina no omo be deda no na afi omo di omo dwuma na nkomodi a eba ba ku the writer after say omo yes hade we nyina dwe ye no and omo sa kire mu say speaker of parliament ya owo ho abamba ben no Ghana ha obi ani ho a onim fi ho chen no ye share democracy as 92 no sa afena na okwa parliament wa ye adwuma ho aba besina na omo ma reference ye omo kire mu say in the year 2020 say electoral commission be nomination forms na obi akofa na krata wie ye no ena honorable Andrews ya for mena na oyempi a ene ora so ho but as at that time na oyempi ni ena o decide ye say or co-independent and then time honorable Mike Okwe yini free parliament says ana constitution no kire ya MPP for na kire krata akoma ne say sebi opani we or the MPP di na ba parliament ene also onye MPP ni biem or co-independent enti munyini free parliament
quick one here's a video no yankwa general producer emmo sa video ni ma na ye ba minim se ato forson so wo mo nsem bebre e wa ha
his candidature with the office of the Electoral Commission to contest the next election as an independent candidate, he showed clearly that he is seeking or seeks to leave his party. This automatically triggers forfeiture of his party membership. You cannot have the desire to leave, take a step towards it by filing as an independent candidate and yet claim to be a member of the party. A step taken to contest against his party automatically triggers forfeiture of membership. having forfeited the membership of the party on whose ticket he was elected to Parliament, the operative language of the Constitution is that he shall, which is mandatory, vacate his seat in Parliament. Going by a purposive interpretation of the present law, constructive actions on the part of the MP are important. To all intents and purposes, he is no longer a member of the party. He has pronounced himself publicly as an independent and has filed his papers to compete against the party and its official candidate as an independent on 7th December 2020. On that occasion, this current Parliament will still be sitting and operating as an official Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. We shall not have a situation adopted freely by any sitting MP where he or she will be campaigning openly against the party that he or she still represents in Parliament and yet ridiculously stands against the party. No purposive interpretation of law will allow such ridicule to prevail. Furthermore, after 7 December 2020, when Parliament is still in session till 7 January 2021, how does an MP operate both as an elected independent MP and at the same time an MPP MP if he should win the election? This lacuna of a ridiculous situation is not what is anticipated under the 1992 Constitution. In the circumstances, Parliament is determined that the conduct of Honourable Andrew Amwaku Asiama amounts to vacating his seat in Parliament. Accordingly, we bring this to the notice of the Electoral Commission for the necessary action to be taken in accordance with the law. Signed, the Speaker.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, the writer.
Let's say a BSc pay.
Anti NDC for the say we a reference point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, omode kaka omo say a BSc nye first time ni. But a bus and MPP for ni bin switch them so. At the end of the omo ka say BSc. A BSc but omode omo asem nyina say emra ye ni e test ya court ne test mra no. Nti omode omo pese omo court test mra ne hwe. Say BNC omo mfa ho bat omo ko test mra ne say dia amanfo ka no e sana mra no e kira na na beta nsem we nyina chi no NDC for press conference omo di nsem bi tu dwa ya omo kira omo nsem yie ya ye be kwani akwahwe video ne ye ba nkomo foforo wa kira MPP fo so aba abonten nti yenko na ye hwe ato forson.
We have never hidden our position that we are in Parliament for the ordinary people of Ghana. It is indeed true that we will use our new majority numbers to benefit Ghanaians by introducing private members' bill to remove the e-levy and to reduce the suffering of the people of Ghana. It is also true that we will use our new majority to remove the Vacating tax and other nuisance tax. And that it is affecting the survival of businesses and the people of Ghana. We assure you that we will use our new majority to protect businesses and the people of Ghana, as we have always maintained. We are confident that the Right Honourable Speaker has acted fairly, firmly, and lawfully in a matter that is perfectly within his province. Speaker Bagbin has had a distinguished and unprecedented 32-year career in Parliament of Ghana. Right Honourable Alban Bagbin is a courageous and resolute leader. We stand with him, pledge our support, and urge him to protect the dignity and sanctity of the Parliament of Ghana. In the same vein, we call on Ghanaians to stand by the Speaker and resist oppressors' rule. From day one, we have not reneged on our fight for the people of Ghana. The opportune time has come, and we are determined to immediately commence the process to reverse the Kufuor-Bawumia mess and put our country back on track. The NPP group in Parliament are now the minority caucus as defined by the relevant sections of Order 6 of the Standing Orders of Parliament. The minority caucus means members of the party or parties that have the second largest number of seats in Parliament. Honourable colleagues, the NDC MPs in Parliament now constitute the majority caucus in line with the Standing Orders of Ghana's Parliament. fellow countrymen and women, the NDC now constitute the majority caucus in this 8th Parliament. We will jealously protect our new majority status and will not bow, retreat, nor surrender our lawfully earned status. Yeah. I repeat, fellow countrymen and women, the NDC now constitute the majority caucus in this 8th Parliament. We will jealously protect our newly majority status and will not bow, retreat, nor surrender our lawfully earned status. Yeah. We will also not abdicate our responsibility to the people of Ghana, no matter what. Nothing, absolutely nothing, will change this position. We are fortified that the proceedings of Parliament shall not be impeached or questioned in any court or placed out of Parliament. Any interference with the business of Parliament is unlawful, unacceptable, and shall be resisted.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, right.
No question, sir. I didn't know a deal.
Right, who?
And a strategy, or my fase, or muba, levy, any taxes bu or muba be a fuel.
Yeah.
And say a bum, na omutimi said Jumana. One share, a banner, and some amount for Caso, a because second round, I will say, one shall end this for the fun one time. 2 years, no sooner before on some percent. Ebesi no.
Yeah, because the truth be told.
What you say?
Baumia, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, or your campaign, what Tremu said, taxes be brought about be here. Yeah, Ileviane, emission levies, ne, tax they can be. Yeah, Nasa who are buying, not untiming him, if you say, this is still one as a man penny. Nanya may have now others who are by now opposition party and a majority of Parliament. Now omutimi force the adeno co Parliament. Now you cast hard anymore. Right, I mean you say obi abedu o chat wa baba.
Eba MPP ba.
Here we dey no chronic am yanim ni.
E di court omode ko na yen court. Me hu ni say e delay taxes. To be so mu delay ni ma nanka yentie ni na abato na duyeso wo de yen ko sa.
Yen ko to aba.
What you say?
Na say so right. Yama de ne ha adwene se nse Parliament so ka dwuma ba kom yenu bi ohwa o se ko mko yew but o sa afanyama gen so be ka se omo nko nje se ne tse de wo kan ye delay because ye ka se ye kwa age se nya majority ne nya minority NDC for se upe wu mpeu se de omonya fa se omo ye majority ne de omo ko omo ye majority nti delay na na em se eye declare idea nse e koso but ye hwe ye be se akiri na de baba bia no so writer yebedi hu nkomo but nsem we yachi no NPP for so ababontin and o start di nsem tudwa na lawyer Maurice Ampaw ya oye lawyer ni ya oye adwuma de bo NPP wa ababontin abekire nsem akire mra akane nsem ya wa kirem but nsem no emu wakaka madam se nya botre ne etia se nsem ba ko mienu bi eguma ano o hye ha ntie enko
lawyer Maurice Ampaw ti Messiah for say, wow, so wouldn't dear, I was sad ye huno. Then some of the 2 dano, also so bomb de chewa dream. I was named 7 Messiah for say, Yamodiana, a video said a beya, ever TSAT, and Yamabuana on any yardria. Also chewa dream, our comment session on our funeral. Bia and ye come a cabessa at Nasi. Now at one same Yanaba, quick one. Young Quay.
Could see Supreme Court Kasa na waka. Omutie me metre madie 18 years Supreme Court be kano aye final e fe so 2 momentie Ghana ha ye were two important things and the highest in Ghana. 1, supremacy. You can say bibi is supreme, bibi anywhere is supreme. Maybe anywhere to check the constitution. In Ghana, what be the supremacy of the constitution, meaning near constitution ebekano a final. So that Christopher can say, at the mention of the name of Jesus Christ, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus is Lord. Sana so Ghana at the mention of the name of the 1992 Constitution, every knee, every institution, every power, every authority, every institution, every kingdom, every individual, every bibia again in your bow to the constitution. Until you can say supremacy of the constitution, till their constitution become eso. If also sovereignty, you can say almost 2 me 1 more same no. The people. In our constitution, no, sovereignty resides in the people. Eye nipa no Ghana for na tumi endia. Enti tumi ni parliament. Parliament is not sovereign. And now you be sure Parliament is not sovereign. Parliament and so che obia. Parliament and wo bia so. Nipa super adia super wo Ghana and the constitution. And the people. Power belongs to the people. And you know, the constitution kasa na waka. And the constitution so ama the Supreme Court the power. Say one. Say ebano. Say ya enforce the right, enforcement of the right, fundamental right of the people. Supreme Court, our exclusive jurisdiction when it comes to enforcement of the Constitution. Say, yeah, enforce the Constitution, no. Yeah, my Constitution, you Jumano, Supreme Court. 2, interpretation. Say, bibi wo Constitution mu na sa de no, e say ye chire mu. Na ye triase no and Supreme Court pay. The Supreme Court has the power to enforce the Constitution and the power to interpret the Constitution. Until no mesre sa Supreme Court no atna case ya friend no Afenyo Markins versus the Speaker of Parliament and Attorney General. And by his ruling, no, Muntie the Supreme Court can the ruling of the Supreme Court. Muntie the ruling of the Supreme Court. Muntie the plaintiff applicant has presented this present ex parte application for stay of execution of a ruling of the Speaker of Parliament, declaring vacant the seats of 4 MPs and ordering the current members of Parliament to vacate their seats in Parliament on account of this declaration. We have read the supporting affidavit and attached exhibits as well as the reliefs and those of the writ of summons filed on the 15th day of October 2024, which provides the basis of the current application. We note from the Exhibit B, the official report on the parliamentary debates on Thursday, 17th day of October 2024, pages 15, 16, and 17, that the Speaker of Parliament was aware. The Speaker of Parliament, Abangbabi, was aware that the beliefs of the Supreme Court has served the current action on him to the legal office of Parliament. His objection to the proper service of a process from the Supreme Court was that it had not been done on a Monday. We appreciate the urgency and special circumstances presented to support the filing of this application. The urgency and the special circumstances lie in the effect of the impeached ruling, which include 1, depriving the 4 constituencies that set MPs present, namely the Honorable Andrews Esiama, Honorable Cynthia Morrison, Honorable Kojo Asante, and Peter Yao Kwachi Aka. The said 4 constituencies in Ashanti, Eastern, Western, and Central regions have been deprived of their basic democratic and constitutional rights of representation in Parliament until the next Parliament by the said ruling. Applicant urged, and we appreciate the said ruling, will also likely to alleged towards government business in the Parliament and plunge the due management of the affairs of the country into possible disruption. Therefore, the subject of this suit raises real question of constitutional interpretation and application of the most fundamental democratic rights of Ghanaians, being the right to be represented in Parliament through their representatives. If this impeached order and ruling is allowed to stand, it will render the grave critical issues raised, and therefore we make the following orders. Therefore, the Supreme Court of Ghana, when they speak, when their orders are made, is final. A yeah and amen. And by the constitution, order so is enforceable by law. It is enforceable. Supreme Court Kasa, the executive must implement their orders, must enforce it. And enforcement of orders, it comes in various forms. It comes in various forms. We will enforce the orders. And these orders has been made. Producer, so I'll be to me the two orders of the Supreme Court, the orders, number one, order. The execution of the ruling of the right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Abangbami, dated 17th day of October 2024, delivered on the floor of Parliament, declared vacant the seats of the following members of Parliament, numbered J.I.-1-2055 on 15th October, titled Alexander Markins as Speaker of Parliament and Attorney General. The Parliament of Ghana is hereby. Meaning, the Parliament of Ghana, Musha orders, the orders of the orders, slow. Now, slow, kakra. Yo, no, manuko kakra. Now, mami read the orders, On the balance of the law and the exhibit and fact placed before us, we are satisfied that the duly elected representatives in question were not heard on the extremely critical issues raised, and therefore we make the following orders. 1. The execution of the ruling of the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, dated 17th October 2024, delivered on the floor of Parliament, declaring vacant the seat of the following members of Parliament, and the ABCD. Please, man, call. Title, the Parliament, number 2, the Parliament of Ghana is hereby directed to recognize and allow the 4 affected members of Parliament hearing name to be duly represent their constituents and conduct the full scale of duties of their offices as members of Parliament pending the determination of this suit. In view of the gravity of the issue raised in this instant suit and the urgency of this matter, this court hereby direct that, pursuant to Article 1294 of the 1992 Constitution and Rule 5 of CI 16, the defendant, Speaker of Parliament, and Attorney General are to file their statement of case within 7 days of this service. The parties are therefore ordered to file their memorial of issues within 7 days of filing of these suits in due of hearing. And these are the justices. Now, come back to the studio. Now, therefore, Supreme Court akasa. No, omo kasa no. Omo 2 minutes jina. Number 1, say Ghana Constitution say ebano say ye enforce constitution ye ma constitution ye adwuma na ye nchichiremu e wo constitution mu no a omo no obi ani ho a sa tumi ne de ama no etiro the Supreme Court to me what they interpret the constitution no eyene dia Parliament any to me Parliament to me the man say onye mra na to me ya di church mra no mu ya di ato Parliament the Judiciary and a constitution there Parliament card and Parliament na ye constitution and parliamentary and act of Parliament eye nia na ji to me ye constitution no through referendum and they are to me adopt as a people. And when it comes to say yen change the constitution ni mo no Supreme Court and Obaba church constitution mo article 97 na agbagbe afa to no so a o church ni mo no before Supreme Court bebe church mo no agbagbe afa mra na che the same a church ni mo which in law enye ni area no only constitutional right say oba interprets the constitution. Supreme Court say asem afem na gede brain or bro mo no uhwemu ada serious issue of constitutional interpretation which means that say ye chire mu enti abangbagbe trase na kasa trase na audit at 2 million constitution dey Supreme Court alone say on church the constitution mu no agbagbagbe afact at 2 million na wa church mu say no no na ntia ase no akotukotukutu laws and ne de Supreme Court says that di no ye no wa fomra wa acting unconstitutionally because assembly womanim in fact they be an say cited for contempt agbagbagbe should have been cited for contempt for undermining the authority of the court and prejudging the matter because assembly Supreme Court enim na why you aware say assembly with enim you don't avoid you don't cross over ton chene fa patapa fa we feel say yam dear spirit I guess I don't care about case na was Supreme Court no na what trust no we di Supreme Court ebu sa order no I want declare ebi mu say seat there vacant 4 people no and if you know based on that no the status quo must remain and the Supreme Court had directed Parliament say hey Parliament make sure say ye nua no mo nipa 9 no almost seat near vacant almost kwan so member Parliament abe representing almost constituency and therefore no that order no Parliament led by the Speaker they have nothing they can do about it. Currently, no, they must comply with that order. And rather, within 7 days, no, so almost say they have a stronger case. Almost court. No much say the entire. Often say, convincing Supreme Court say, interpretation of that provision, no, that gives the Speaker the similar thing say, or to me to declare that seat vacant, no, they should come and contest that issue. Together with the Attorney General and the applicants. It's simple. In a democratic country, you rule of law. Now, I just say rule of law, no. Yep, assume no. Supreme Court, Kasa. There are 2 things you do. You go, now I stay in the orders, no. Now I asking for judicial review. And judicial review no say court no say assembly mu biom but enye nia atu force aye enwumre atu force enwumre nia wa ye ne ye we hold the press conference atu force ya hold the press conference na wakasa na in some atu force ikeni nia no clearly chere say omuade na me blame atu force. The same judiciary are attacking NDC for attacking President Mama attacking any NDC apparatus led by Professor Jampo any the NDC as a party no this same judiciary no and ama ato forcing what more money can cause you for selection law to the state yaba convict you now the same judiciary as through the court of appeal I set you free today you call NDC people can call the judiciary say omu ye tyranny ya hijack judiciary no political judiciary the same political judiciary no I set you at two forcing free na bro set you free the oh judiciary no I prepare ye and the mama munia and the praises oh rule of law justice is talking it is and the chief justice no and the angel and the judiciary and the angel when you won your case at the court of appeal justice was working rule of law was working but when the same judiciary rule against you omu evil chief justice the woman here but let me tell you before God a man abegbe and ato forcing say mu ye member no more balls ato forcing listen to me you claim to be the majority leader Supreme Court says that you are not majority leader go back to your minority leader Speaker of Parliament Abagbe I am putting you on notice Speaker wherever you are Abagbe if you think that you have balls come and sit on Tuesday and tell the whole people of Ghana and tell the people and tell the judiciary the Chief Justice and the Supreme Court that you are not going to comply with their direction. Listen to me. People like Sam George, you can Sam George Okujato. I've seen your stupid comment, your useless comment, and your young comment on social media. You can stand on a political platform and do propaganda. Talk anyhow. Yes. You can talk anyhow. Deceive your people. But I'm telling you before God and man, we are serious. The Supreme Court and Judiciary mean business. They will not allow Parliament, that institution, I'll use the word that institution, that is no more honorable before God and man. The worst Parliament, the most useless Parliament, the incompetent Parliament, and the Parliament that don't have respect currently before the other Ghanaian is this current Parliament, the eighth current Parliament. Eighth current Parliament, no, they say, more lower the standard. In fact, the caliber of people are here from our MPs, no. If you today call, I will not call you honorable. You are look, the Parliament currently is full of dishonorable people. People who are so dishonorable say, Omu bioma noa, Omu Kenya nsasem, Omu bioma noa, atemidie, Omu bioma noa, kwashyasem, Labda Okujato Abrakwa, and Sam George, and some of the people who find themselves in Parliament, no, Jesus Christ. The Parliament currently, as we stand now, presided by an incompetent Speaker of Parliament. Speaker of Parliament, only the only say, Yamono medically, na sika, on first kind of sika kosa no yare. No, na hemu on nantia, no nanti say. I'm about to let me tell you before God a man. Let me tell you before God a man. If you have balls, if you think that you are the Speaker of Parliament, if you think that you are sovereign, if you think that you can disrespect an institution that carries the final judicial power, try it. Come Tuesday, and you'll be hauled before Parliament and before court. Listen to me. So Supreme Court make an order, and the order is served on you. Who is president? Now who refuse to comply? It will lead to your impeachment. Yet to be you feel as president. How much more Parliament? President the Parliament in the in the first place, Abagbabi only President Nado. He not elected no. Nanado was elected by the people. Is an elected president. Who not elected? Few people let's share, you know. 275 people, no. Even not all of them voted for you. So when it comes to the order of priority in terms of who is who in Ghana, President Ronaldo is the number one gentleman. Onupo is subject to the orders of the Supreme Court per our constitution. If the president refused to comply with the orders of the Supreme Court, you impeach him. How much more you Agbangbagbe? Why you into the only NDC for no agro. You see, but me, I know you will not even tempt because we will drag you for contempt of court if you dare. And the military and the police will be there come Tuesday. They will be there when the order is served on you. And then you don't allow the status quo, they will discipline you. Your marshals will come back, baby, your marshals will obey the orders of the court. There's parliament, you sit there. Parliament, and I mean this parliament, because a parliament is full of people, politicians, representing your constituency. But they are moved by their political, they are motivated politically. Political beings, animals. Parliamentarians like politicians. You have dishonorable people among you. More conform, more mafias, more people, more to trust them, more conform, we are all in this country where this 8th parliament. This 8th parliament, to be the one temp. This 8th parliament, to be accusing each other for corruption. This 8th parliament, to be dishonorable thing. Makasa institution, you don't even respect that institution, and there are people in that institution that we don't even. It's unfortunately say they represent people. Even Sam George, Obi say Sam George say, when you mean pass, say Sam George, ni deep beyond the educational background, the body language and the way he thinks. No, Sam George, no. No. There are some people, there are some of you over there. In fact, say some constituencies for they don't have any options. Some of you there don't deserve to be there. And who dare you think you are? Members of Parliament, who dare? Like today I'm addressing you. Now who dare you come and cite me for contempt? You people don't respect in this country. You don't want to respect the judiciary. You insult the Chief Justice. You malign the woman. You expose her to public ridicule and hatred. What wrong has that woman done to you? In the first place, all the members of Parliament over there, Chief Justice, no, are you? No qualification yet saying. Members of Parliament, how many, you people, some of them, what is your qualification? There. 2, it's so cheap an institution, say, and people even who are illiterate can go and stand. And now, about stand up MPs, the cheapest thing you can do. Illiterate, you need a maimuna, often say, I must say, Uncle School that, Chakosela, MP. MP. Even presidency, your friend say, Ecuador. Oh, they say, Ecuador today want to be president. The parliament is the cheapest place to be. Who person your parliament? Everyone say, "Unti brofo." Everyone say, "What age? Qualified by age, and then come to my parliament." But to be a judge, to be a member of the bench, one, and so you're a qualified lawyer. Like do you know what it takes to become a lawyer? Do you know how people are running to become lawyers? You need to. So many years. Even going to the law school, how people struggle, what they pay, what they go through, we ask lawyers. You learn and learn, fail. People are dying, selling their properties to become lawyers. Common lawyers. They want to become lawyers. Before then, you go to the bench. And to go to to be a judge, you must be a person who have qualified as a lawyer, practiced for some number of years, and then you have moral character, proving integrity. Jesus Christ, the level of intelligence. That is the only profession that you find learned profession. Tell me, in the whole world, which profession is called learned profession? And judges are not replaceable. Omo cheaper say omo, and then judiciary in the can say omo juma. Do you think you can replace them? Politicians today, politicians, you pay money to be elected. No judge pays money to be appointed. Election judges are not elected though. We don't elect them. They go to the bench on merit. They are above honorable people. They are not called honorable. They are called my lord. Your worship, your honor. That's how they call them. Your honor, your worship, my lord. They are lord. They say nyame. Na mo members of parliament here. Mo de the inra kra mo to be represented. Inra o dey say village be kra na ko represented. Mo look 4 years pe na mo djuma be wi here. Okobi de demo corruption, you can corruption ni krono boni bribe nya members of parliament. That's what you do. So mo see your friend honorable and you do dishonorable things. How can members of parliament come out publicly to disrespect another institution? Has the judiciary disrespected you? The spoken law. Supreme Court says that one, Amemagbe has no power to interpret the Constitution. And currently, the interpretation, the issue of interpretation is before them. And per the Constitution, they have the exclusive right to interpretation. So if you are interpreting it that, maybe you don't have that right. And normally, when you don't have that right, it means that you don't have jurisdiction. And when you don't have jurisdiction, whatever others come out of it is null and void. So, Constitution is more to me say, chre, Constitution is more. I remember, a man said, to be quite a Constitution. Two, all my ruling, no. One, ma MPs no hearing. One copy of one more may defend. Now 4 MPs out of don't know how many Sikama must say and what they have gone through before they became MPs. Now all of a sudden, you know, oh, but G, 2 minutes from Musema. Oh, mama, mama, so my lawyer, no, my child, you just, who should I say, you are copying, your predecessor. Your predecessor did not do what you did, Abengbabe. Your predecessor gave the people, former MP, no, some former MP, no, no hearing. What do I say? Who see you are following the president? Now, president now follow no. You didn't follow the president in total. You, in following the president, you violated their right. And Obia with the right to fair hearing. Listen to me. One of the things I go to jurisdiction, one, say, we are now to me, say, ABB. And number 2, say, oh, yeah, adia, umobi, unti obiasem. Sebi, krapono. Nyamiko po boss na saseno. Adam. Okaza Adam say, Mundi, say, sa, ediane no krano. Oh, nyami, what Bible says, nyami, all owning. So, who said Adam, ediane no. But all by once, when they can boy down Temu, or person tell them, say, Adam, away. Naso, wedi, naso. Meaning, so go to say, oh, Adam, me when yamin me hu chiri into no wedi. No, yamin ma Adam hearing. O tie no. Enti na himfie. Ye tie obi asem asa de bum kufo. Na wa bamba bi dia wo de sorry ya no. Nipa 4 no. Wo man tie wo asem. Wo man kwan amoma nche mu. Wo sorry na wo say vacant. Tana ya vacant nyama. Na instead of NDC for ebesua de. Na mo say ya camera Supreme Court a camera o ti say mrano and court na contest the Supreme Court. Can't you have lawyers to go and tell the Supreme Court that you are wrong in law? That's the way to go. But to come on air now we campaign say na social media and we don't understand. Now you see there are some lawyers be one person me address mu numre. The person me address mu numre lawyers. Obi say Kwame Akufu. Lawyer Kwame Akufu. Who you me senior? You know me, I know you. Come here, Kufu, listen to me. A complaining boy. Who represents number one? What did I say? We went to the we went to the law school 1992. So we are my classmates at the Legon 1992. Circumstances Emma made defer me course for 3 years. No be try me. So currently we are 26 years at the bar. La akufu. But I want to say now 2 no ya door so do. You come and write stupid legal opinion. You came and wrote stupid legal opinion on the Supreme Court ruling. Who dare you say Supreme Court don't have judicial identity? And then they say we can only stay judgment of the court and then orders of the court. And he said, I ruling on my judgment. Don't you know that he decided? What kind of judgment that decided? There was an issue before him, and he exercised quasi-judicial power. He exercised quasi-judicial power. Kwame Kufu, learn. Na law na your bro for court kese. To come and tell the Supreme Court and then the Supreme Court was wrong. What was wrong? And then when I read the piece, my heart bleeds. Do you know law more than the justices who sat on the case? Are you Justice Kwame Asiedu? When I say Justice Tokonu? When I say Supreme Court Justice Daku? Those who sat on the case are eminent jurists. Eminent jurists. Who dare you come and write nonsense? Akufu, you kind of nonsense. So look, let me address you, Akufu. Uno biao, minya kitano, law no so and unim law change we call this no. Say this is only judgment and orders of a court that can be said. We say when the Supreme Court judges sit, they are clothed with all jurisdiction. They are clothed with jurisdiction. You don't question the authority. We are in this country. When 2012, 2013, there was a contempt case. I came before the Supreme Court, chaired by Justice Atukuba. When they drag our colleagues, what did I say, to the Supreme Court, Atacha, being a lawyer, was questioning the authorities. Supreme Court to produce awards, they should have cited the people for contempt, by providing a charge sheet. And after charge sheet, the Supreme Court led by Agban Bagbi, led by Justice Atukuba, and Atukuba Okasebi Mamono. Justice Atukuba, where are you? The Speaker told us that the Supreme Court, even the seats, they are close with every authority to do substantial justice. In the Supreme Court, they don't look at the form of application. If there is an application before the Supreme Court, regardless of the form, you say that the matter is stay of execution. So what? The Supreme Court don't look at the form of the application. They look at the substance. What was the substance before the court? The substance is that there is an pending case, a question Agban Bagbi, the right to interpret the Constitution, which he has ignored that right and he has gone ahead. That's the substance. The second substance is that 4 MPs who were not given a hearing. That's the substance. By which the Supreme Court, they said, were close to jurisdiction to act. Look, the moment somebody go against the Constitution, we don't care the kind of application. You can even go there orally and make application. So no matter the rules they came, we call something inherent jurisdiction. They came by inherent jurisdiction and asked for a stay. And the Supreme Court is closed to do substantial justice. Come on, Kufu, learn. So I think now you just want to be heard. Then let me come to Pebu. Pebu dear. Excuse me to say, baby, nipa no chair Pebu law no wa higher papa. Like Pebu, no chair law no wa higher papa. That guy is empty, full of himself. Omushe na you Pebu MT TV3. I committee the MP for Tafo, and they are sharing their legal opinion. Do you know Pebu argument is that MP should shut up because Ochena Dewo Ghana Law School. So the MP has no right to challenge him. It's like I say, oh no, Pebu no, oh no, share the law. My Jesus Christ. Is that how we argue? Into which no be idea. Lawyer, judges we will not appear before them. Because we have a lot of the judges, we were called to the bar before they were called to the bar. And I mean, law didn't talk about seniority. We don't eat seniority at the court. Now, if that is so, then me lawyer Ampaw. When I was a lawyer, you were in JSS 2. Pebu. When lawyer Ampaw was lawyer Ampaw, me lawyer Ampaw. When I was lawyer near, and the kind of things that I've done, sometimes nobody knows you. 2012, 2013, lawyer Ampaw was sitting at TV3 doing legal analysis of the election petition. Where were Pebu? You are nowhere to be found. What have you achieved in life, Pebu? Legally, what have you achieved? When your chamber raises issues, now called Supreme Court, now who the corner arguer, doesn't mean makes you say students are Pebu chairman demuniano. Because we are talking about me, my time. The lecturers who taught me, and the lecturers who taught Pebu, and you Pebu teaches other students, so they need to go and revise. We are talking about Mensa Bonsu, and Rita Mensa Bonsu taught me criminal law. It's now the Supreme Court judge. We are talking about Professor Kote, who is a Supreme Court and retired, taught me land law. We are talking about lawyer Uzi, law of interpretation. You are talking about eminent lawyers like Kwame Tete, who taught me civil procedure. We are talking about eminent lawyers, big men like Justice Justice Akoya Judge Gambia, and then became the DDPPP. I forgot his name. Or tell me, law of evidence. Jekidaku. Then we are talking about Justice Afre, company law. Taught me company law, and I was the best student of company law. Collected Apollo Prize. Justice Afre, who became a Supreme Court judge. Which I say, eminent people taught us. They are talking about some Ubigato, and then you see, so who be down now who law kwasasem ukoshe kwasasema omoka, and then you have people, some of the lawyers and the Supreme Court. Listen to me. Keep your opinion. Keep your opinions. They are not binding. They are useless as everybody's opinion. Me, my legal opinion is useless. My legal opinion is useless because it's not binding. What I'm doing, I'm just educating. I'm not sharing opinion. I am saying, say, there is an order from the court, whether it's right or not, ought to be obeyed. There is a precedent to that effect. You understand what laws means. And Supreme Court has spoken. It is only Supreme Court that can correct its mistakes. That's why they are not bound by their decision. Until you need law abiding. When a decision comes from the Supreme Court, please don't come out and talk nonsense. When you don't understand the legal implications of what you are doing. So those lawyers and community people who are writing nonsense on social media, you can do your nonsense. They are not binding on anybody. The judges have spoken. There's an order directed at Parliament that please, your order that you make to vacate a vacation order is set aside for the meantime. Allow the MPs to come to Parliament. We member to forson. We your bad man now your boss. those 4 MPs, no, when they are coming to Parliament, sack them. Now, most of patapa piotono, and the man be raw. Police 4. MPs mu Jimmy and Munshe dan show man kasa. Munshe da Munfa came mun bomb Parliament. I'm telling you, police go there with the mindset to use no force, because I know people like Sam George, no, as they almost pay as what say ushina suma say they no ayawa so no say onomote o say almost gbese the gbese spirit will come onto them. So the police go equipped, and when they are misbehaving, deal with them. And then at two forcing, you are subject for imprisonment. I could do again the sika, and the Jackman could do again the sika. Now the same judiciary are considered one. You are here instead of humbling yourself, you come and you want to disrespect the Supreme Court for what? Disrespecting the Supreme Court for what? At two forcing, if you're a man and you know that you're a man, come and tell us, say, come Tuesday, you and your leaders will never allow the 4 MPs, and also you insist, and then see what is going to happen. Move for body in the day, am I the body in the day say? Now me, I'm surprised say we are going in election year. Instead of NDC campaigning to win more seats, no, this stupid controversy and kwasia when I say press conference and yes, be anymore less than 2 months to elections. Instead of going out there and supporting Mama Capino, you are fighting the judiciary. And who tell you who can win against the judiciary? Hey, the constitution have clothed them with judicial authority. They are the only institution now. They have the power to decide and enforce. Oh. When a judge says that arrest, Jesus Christ, the police will arrest. When a judge says that go and arrest, and then there is no institution in Ghana here who have the power to jail. The executive that cannot jail, Parliament cannot win jail. Parliament, you don't have the power to jail. I'm a member of Parliament. You can cite people for to the parliamentary private committee. Me say member, but me did my temper say member because we don't you mwadi. Now who mwadi useless Parliament. Parliament has become so used that taxpayers, we are wasting our time. This institution should be able to be proper. We should just put them somewhere. We are tired with them. I think Parliament as an institution, I think you are causing more harm to the democratic representative. Yes, suspend the money and I'm baby. Let's govern this country without Parliament. We will govern the country without Parliament. After 2 months. So work out. The two of you want to work out. Ghana will go ahead. And that is exactly what I'm telling you. And second part is very, very interesting. I have a lawyer here. He's going to do justice. We have so many things to talk about. There are so many issues down there I want to deal with. And I'm dealing with the order and the judgment of Supreme Court. And Abagbagbe, who was boss, any forcing the MPs try and do, they do. And you see, say, Patapapio Tono, the Brabel row of Parliament. Parliament can be close to down. Because you have caused more pain than good. I don't know what people are doing there. Taxpayers more and wasting your time. When we are talking about issues of development, you are talking about a majority, stupid majority and minority. I ever shame that. What trans you trans so as minority? 2 months now, be a majority. And I'm say when say people, somebody like President Bamba, so any day, and I'm not majority. Work hard. If you want to become majority, go out there and convince the people to vote for you and win your seats. Win parliamentary seats and become majority. Don't come and become majority through a parliamentary coup. I remember with Transi, I can't 2 months or parliamentary coup. I vacated some people. Who you are vacating? You are the first person they should vacate because your performance is so abysmal. You are very incompetent. You can't well competent. You are very incompetent. Everything you have created chaos in Parliament. One Parliament, the Parliament is more confused. Parliament has during your reign. Parliament has been exposed to public ridicule, hatred, and contempt, and you want to create chaos. We will not allow you to create chaos. Ghana is bigger than anybody, and I tell you before God and man, Ghanaians will resist people who want to destroy our democracy. We will make sure that rule of law prevail. We will make sure that the right things are done. Institutions ought to be respected, and that is exactly what we will do. Mrs. Supreme Court akasa magana nyeye di Supreme Court kasa obi akasa bia ye kwasasem. That's the thing. When the Supreme Court speaks, it's final. They alone can review their decision, and they can decide, say, even their president, they will not follow. No institution. To be slow. So I refer to a former MP, president, with it is about boom. Because a former MP, no one judge or a speaker, the decision is not binding on the judiciary. Your former MP, his decision is wrong, and if his decision has not been tested in the court of law, how do you use it as a president? A former Speaker of Parliament interpreted the law the way he wants, and then you, when his interpretation is a subject matter in the Supreme Court, you follow that. You follow former speaker. How? There is the only issue binding on all. Is a Supreme Court. Supreme Court decision. Everybody. It's like the Constitution. Constitution kasa. Ghana yeti. Sana Supreme Court kasa. Everybody in this country, the president quotas, the Speaker of Parliament quotas, the chiefs quotas. How dare you? If you touch the judiciary, you touch Maurice Ampaw. Because somebody did do. And then, say, see, na court, essaya, or comedy mule. The more lawyers now, what dream of formula. Lawyers are what dream of formula. Mona, say, when we are trying to respect the judiciary, you disrespect the judiciary. I come up with stupid opinions and yes, be anymore. Stupid opinions and there's no yes, be anymore. You want to give the judiciary pressure, give the judges pressure. And then look, listen to me. The politicians in this country, led by Parliament, you are not powerful than anybody. The politicians in this country, Moshe Parliament, no, you are not better than anybody in this country. Ghana does not belong to you. Sovereignty relies in us. Dare you? You are our servants. We sent you there. We dare you. Don't go and mess our country up for us. The people decides, not Parliament. Listen to me and listen to me clearly. The people, sovereignty, under Article 1 of our Constitution resides in the people. And people's representative, yes, mama, munko, namuko kanya sasam. Yes, someone say munko disobey and dishonor and insult the judiciary. And you see, the funny thing is that NDC thinks that they can win power through running down of the institution, the judiciary. Look, government. And then Mushia de, you can say government, and then Mamba. Granted, say Mama winning, I mean Pengu Emba. Mama winning, Oba formal executive. Now when you're in the Parliament, but the judiciary is always there. You cannot come and create NPP Judiciary. You can't create NDC Judiciary. It is a now if you are referring to the judiciary here, how many politicians? Nobody have voted them in power. They went to the bench on merit. They deserve our respect. They need to be protected. And listen to me, the security agencies be on alert and police the judiciary from today because I've been born by team led by President Mamamo. They are desperate for power. They want to do anything to create mayhem. Now listen to me. You can't win power through bullying. Say obe bully obi. And now na some judge na and you resist. And sami jemfi die. Sa boy die me hu pe na baby kwa ye me. Ono court on ko bi da. Sami jemfi sister obe lawyer. Court room on ko bi da. But because of the V8 mu Ibrahim mama to V8 mu mama no. Into transfer na na atia no na okọ say na okọ say okọ no kan kwasi asem sami jefi to be kan kwasi asem and the judiciary and then na wacho and people's revolt and people's power Mufamra but see but I blame the judges because munya to force no na say ka mu manoko and that to force abejira ho press conference Jesus Christ criminal activists like you who are with DSika. That case is still pending. Do you think you are free at all to come and address us? Somebody who, of course, you have caused financial loss to the state. And we want to use technicalities to free you. When we all know that you've gone to do pre-bargaining. Now, the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal judges sitting they didn't look at the substance, they look at the technicalities. And they are trying to set you free. Today, you have the audacity to come and tell us that you don't obey the judiciary. Who dare you to forcing? Who dare you? Who do you represent in this country? Stupidity. These are the characters we don't need to call the honorable. And you touch the judiciary. When judges have stayed out of politics, they work so hard. Today, our judges, the legal judges don't have social life. They don't even work. They don't own businesses. The pressure on the judiciary and their salaries even is not enough. They are faced with a lot of pressure. Come and see the judiciary. The kind of yariye, BP, stroke, high blood pressure, sugar. The judges are under pressure. Now say Ghana by a conference. They said almost salary crap our allowances is there's insecurity, court no is so property security. They have issues. Meanwhile, you MPs, you have been paid the ex gratia. Na mu diska kese lobby na mu bribe egum na government contract, you are chopping government contract na mu ji kwasenema MPC for ye o memu nia no na judiciary or to be public servants oyeni momomobobo. You want to come and put pressure on them? Stupidity. To hell with your parliament and the honorable titles. If you don't want to respect the judiciary, some of us will not respect you. And listen to me. Let me tell you, before God and man, Ghana does not belong to anything. You see, you can't win power through Takashi. When you talk of Takashi, obey him Takashi. Agroni form. Go and campaign. Mo campaign na less than 2 months to elections. Na mo tiona mo kaba majority and minority. Any na Ghana fodi. Majority and minority issue no, does it bring food on our table? Go and provide solutions to our problems. Yeah, how does? Yeah, money who does? Come out with policies and programs and convince the ordinary Ghanaian why you have to govern the country. I don't use mafianism and disrespect and chaos. Yeah, more person about power. So you win power. Are you come to sack all the judges in this country, or what are you come to do? You are not serious. Ghanaians. NPP, NDC is so serious as a party. And I'm charged, but I believe, I have to come down. And I have in my midst, I invited special person because this lawyer is a lawyer, me encounter who say our passion to do justice for the poor. Lawyer Isaac, what we say, our Dobby, which I say, ne Jumaye always doing cases for the poor and the needy. And I need, these are the characters I need around me. Because the Ecos no Ghana, no, you need a lot of human rights activists to understand the law, to fight for the poor and the needy.